fairly new successful trader who saw the need for more simplification in the marketplace for ordinary people that are just trying to bust through into the markets. Now, Sean's journey to profitability was filled with courses and books and videos and all the stuff that sounded great, but nothing seemed to make quite sense to him, and he struggled with being consistent applying all the things that he had learned. Now, Sean has a knack for simplifying charts and terminology by using layman terms and using real-world analogies so that newer traders can keep up with what's going on. And so with that, please join me in welcoming Sean Jantz to the Trading Pub and his presentation today on how to take your Nadex trading to the next level. Sean, the floor is now yours.
Hey, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that introduction, and I've been on a lot of these webinars throughout the day, and it looks like it was great stuff. And I'm excited to close this out. And this is actually my second trade-a-thon now. And if I could get is there anybody here, and how many people saw my last trade-a-thon, just so I can get an idea. Um, Give me some yeses in there. Okay, and I also want to get an idea too, how many people have traded Nadex or know how Nadex works. Maybe you have an account, maybe you've traded it before, so I know what to do there as well. Okay, perfect. So looks like it's pretty mixed, and I'll spend a little bit of time on, and Joe, yes, you can open an Nadex account in Canada. So I will spend a little bit of time about how Nadex works, and I'm going to show you here. This is a little bit of a sequel to my last trade-a-thon. So afterwards, after you get done here, you'll want to make sure that you go back and watch my last one. It was by far the most popular one last month, based off of YouTube views. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, if you're trading Nadex right now, talk a little bit about how to take your Nadex trading, to the next level. And so I first want to start off. 1 second here. I first want to start off a little bit about me. So I notice this is lagging a little bit. Let me catch up on your screen. Okay, a little bit about me. So I have been trading stocks and options in Forex for almost about 3 years now. And a lot of you may be thinking, I know I probably am the youngest one presenter today, and a lot of you may be thinking, oh, what does this guy know? But I hope by the end of it, I've proven that I do know what I'm talking about, and you're excited to maybe dive into the Nadex world. And so a little bit more about me. I do have a business bachelor's degree, and I thought I would, move up into the corporate ladder. I had those dreams, but then I found out that, a job is not for me, and my wife and I became instant entrepreneurs. And a little bit of fun fact, I played 4 years of college basketball, so I'm a sports guy, and I use a lot of sports analogies in my trading. And I am a fairly new successful trader. And like I said, I hope by the end of it, I've proven that I do know what I'm talking about. And I'm not any better than any other presenter here, but I think why I'm successful is pretty much only because of Nadex. I have made some money on traditional options, pretty easy stuff there. But Nadex just is a whole different ballgame. Okay, and you'll see what I mean. But about a year ago, I saw a huge need for better education out in the marketplace. When I first got into trading, it was a zoo. I mean, I tried to Google everything, trying to learn. There was so much going on. I wasn't quite sure what to do. What can I trade? I was confused with the day trader rule, $25,000. I was super confused, and I saw a huge need for better education out there. And that's kind of what spurred me to start my group. And guys, there is a $1 billion a year industry trying to convince new traders that trading is hard, right? I think over my 3 years, I've spent close to $7 grand on trading material, just trying to learn and move on to the next thing, move on to the next thing. And I've tried to take I had to learn, honestly, I've had to learn the hard knocks way. Just putting in the time, back testing, and learning from all of my mistakes. I'm very good at that. But there's a huge industry trying to convince you guys that this is hard. And you're going to know here by the end of it, I'm not here to sell you guys nothing. I don't have anything to sell. Okay? I'm just going to show you what I do, how my group works, and if you're interested, great. If not, great. You know, so I'm not here to sell you guys anything, so you know that I'm coming from a good place. I do like to use real-world examples to simplify trading. So if you go back and watch my previous webinar, you'll really see how I make trading pretty simple. You know, and again, one of my favorite quotes is simplify, simplify, simplify. Right? Once I simplified my trading, everything took off. Also, too, once I started trading Nadex, everything took off because it started making so much more sense. And guys, I want to just share with you that Nadex, if you're not on it, you're in the right place at the right time. But Nadex has changed the trading game by far. If you get on Nadex, I guarantee you, you'll rarely ever want to go back to whatever you're trading now. Okay? But to give you an example of how Nadex has changed the game, has anybody ever, well, anyways, they hold a World Trading Championship. This website does, you can go Google this. There's a Forex one, there's a Futures one, and now this year there was a Nadex one. And so far in 2014, the top Forex trader had about 135% return, which that's extremely impressive, right? Good stuff there. Trading traditional Forex is very tough, so it's an impressive return trading Forex. The top futures trader, Chuck Hughes, I've learned a little bit from his stuff, 330% return in the futures market, top guy. That's super impressive, right? But guys, check this out. The top Nadex trader over 1 month return, a 700 plus rate of return. Guys, if you are not on Nadex, you have no idea what you're missing out on. The type of leverage and the type of trading that you can do on there, I guarantee you, you'll never go back to this traditional Forex or futures world. It'll really open your eyes to how, I guarantee, Nadex is the future of trading in my opinion. And the more traders that come into Nadex, the better liquidity there'll be. Okay, so that's one of your objections. The more traders, the more liquidity, and it keeps getting better and better every month. Okay, but I can't imagine what Chuck Hughes's return could have been if he was actually trading on Nadex and using Nadex's leverage. I can't imagine what Chuck could do. Even Andrea's works here, 135% in Forex. You can trade Forex and Nadex. I can't imagine what she could have done. If she's making 135% in traditional, she would be blown, or he or she, he would be blown away by what he could do with Nadex. Okay, a little bit about Nadex. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to go through this quick because at the end of this, if you liked Nadex and you like what I show, please go watch my last webinar that's on YouTube. It has almost 1,000 views already. It's by far the most popular one, but go watch that because I go in a little bit more detail. But Nadex is the only fully regulated exchange for binary options. It's the only safe place in US and Canada to trade binary options, okay? So if you're on those other websites or what have you, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I probably would get your money out as fast as you can and start putting your money into Nadex. No problems there, fully regulated, okay? So when you Google binary options, you may read some bad stuff, but not about Nadex, okay? And the thing with binary options is all it is, guys, they're just simple yes, no statements. That's it. All you have to do is decide whether that option is going to be true or false. A traditional option looks like US 500 greater than 2000 by 4:15 Eastern. That's what an option looks like. All you got to do is decide whether that's going to be true or false, and you make money. It's so easy, it's so simple, and it's fun. Okay, it'll just completely change your trading. But so again, all you have to do is decide whether the statement is going to be true or false. You can trade futures, Forex commodities, and you can even now you can trade Bitcoin. I haven't been trading Bitcoin, but you can. You can trade on multiple time frames. There's 5-minute options, there's 20-minute options, there's intraday, there's daily, there's even weekly expiration. So whatever you're fancy, there's time frames for you to trade. You can enter and exit a trade at any time. So that's the beauty about these options, is that you can take profit early, or you can go ahead and cut your losses, which is what I teach a lot of people to do, right? The best thing about Nadex is that you're able to enter and exit a trade at any second you want out. You can get out and cut your loss or take profit. Unlike if you're on those other websites, it's all or nothing. Right here, you can enter and exit these trades, and you can, some of the better liquidity ones, you can even scalp the options too. You always know your max loss and your max gain up front. So right away on your ticket, it'll tell you what your max loss and your max gain is. And the best thing, what makes it so easy, is all binary options are priced from 0 to 100. It's super and very easy to understand how a binary option works once you've grasped the concept. Okay, you can risk as little as $3 to make 97, or you can risk $97 to make $3. Okay, so essentially how this works is you decide your risk to reward ratio. If you want a higher percentage probability of winning, you pay for that, but you do just increase your higher probability of winning. Okay, because whatever your max risk is, that is the percentage or probability that you are going to win your trade. So for an example, you're going to risk $3 on a trade. If you risk 3 to make 97, you got about a 3% chance of making 97 bucks. And it happens. You can do it all day. You just need a very large move like we've seen in the S&P. You could have risked a 3 to make 97. Okay? Or you can risk 97 to make 3. So if you risk $97 to make 3, you have a 97% chance of making $3. Okay? Or you can risk 80 to make 20. You can risk 75 to make 25. You can even risk 50 to make 50. You can risk 20 to make 80. You decide. What do you want your max risk and max loss to be based off of the probability that you're going to win? It'll make more sense if you're, once you get in Nadex, it'll make a lot more sense for you. And if you go to YouTube, I do have a Nadex Made Simple series on YouTube. I take my wife all the way from step A to Z, how to trade Nadex. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to watch me take a brand new person, and you're going to watch me explain how Nadex works. She asks great questions, just like a newbie would, and I definitely make Nadex super simple. So that's on YouTube as well. Just Google Nadex Made Simple series, and there's probably 7 videos, and they're each probably 10 minutes long. Okay, and it's just me taking my wife on how Nadex works. Okay, and I've gotten a lot of really great feedback from that. But honestly, guys, I've literally, since trading Nadex, I've had a paradigm shift in trading. Okay, because I'm coming from the traditional world, right, where it's hard. Basically, all the past 9 presenters are coming from the traditional world, and you got to get all these things to try to win. I'm going to show you how simple Nadex really can be to make some money, okay? But basically, I see the market differently than most traders do, okay? I now no longer try and capture pips or points or what have you, right? I don't care about that anymore. All I care about is where prices are not going to go in a specified period of time. That's it. I pick areas on the chart where prices are not going to go, and I wait for the expiration, and we make money. It's pretty simple. Forget the pips, forget the points. All you got to do is do some good analysis on your charts where prices are not going to go or maybe go, and you can make some money on Nadex. I have learned to filter out noise. And so I don't really, like I said, I don't really care for all of this, these pretty much all of the past presenters. It doesn't pertain to me anymore. I'll show you an example. But it's now literally as easy as where is price not going to be in a specified certain amount of time. And if you can figure that out, you will do fantastic here. Okay? Trading Nadex, it allows you to stop trying to be so right. And finally, you can relish lagging indicators. If you guys have some awesome lagging indicators that you wish you could use, but you're maybe trading on something else where you're trying to get pips, go get them back and go get on Nadex. You're going to love it. I use lagging indicators all the time because Nadex allows me to. And Rick, just Google Nadex Made Simple on YouTube. And you can also go to binarytradegroup.com and they're right there, Rick. Okay, so go get your lagging indicators back and they'll work. I'll show you. And the bid-ask spreads, Rick, when I first started trading Nadex, they were around $10. Now you can see as little as 4 to 5 because more traders are coming in. So the more that we can get, the shorter that bid-ask spread will become. Right? So they're getting smaller and smaller by the month. Okay? We just need more traders. Okay? More money. And I create nightly battle plans. That's what I call them for the next trading day. I now have specific game plans and I stick to it. And after this for free, I'm going to give you my battle plan for tomorrow for free. If you're a Thinkorswim user, you'll like it. Okay. I pick my spots on charts and I stay patient and I let prices come to me. I'll show you an example of that. And guys, I am not in the prediction business anymore. I'm not in that business. A couple people on these webinars said, what, 80% of traders lose money? That's because you're in the prediction business. That's a tough business to be in. Guys, Nadex allows you to be in the reaction business. Oh, that's a fun business to be in, and it's easy. I'm going to show you. But get out of that prediction business and get in the reaction. I guarantee you here in about 2 to 3 years, lots of people are going to be moving to Nadex because the reaction business is a lot funner and a lot easier to make money than rather being in the prediction business. Okay. Now, this is basically going to be a sequel to my last trade-a-thon that I did. Okay. And if you haven't watched that, after we're done here, please go watch that presentation. And it's on YouTube. And what I'm about to talk about will make way more sense. Okay. And again, I mentioned that it was the most popular video by far. Okay, and you're going to really like it. And basically, guys, I actually have this presentation all prepared, but is it okay with you? I'm actually probably going to scrap it because it is okay with you if I actually get a little bit candid with you and we just go into some charts. And looks like I only got about 48 minutes left. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go into some charts and I'm going to show you some of the trades that I put on today and to show you how the possibilities of Nadex gives you. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how my group works. Again, I'm not here to sell you guys anything, so I do offer free stuff at the end here. But what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to open up some charts. Again, I had a presentation prepared, but I think I'm going to scrap it because I had a pretty darn good trading day, and I want to show you guys how fun this can be if you actually take the time to learn this. I'll tell you right now, if you're barely profitable in traditional trading, oh man, you're going to blow up in Nadex. I promise you that. Okay? So that's what I mean. I can't imagine what Chuck Hughes would be doing right now if he knew how to leverage Nadex's options. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to my charts. I'm going to show you guys kind of what my charts look like. And I will actually send you my TOS workspace so that you guys can go ahead and load that up if you guys are a Thinkorswim user. So here, okay, let's make sure that this fits. Okay, there we go. Here is what a traditional chart looks like for me. I have quite a few plots on my charts, and if you go back and watch my last one that Yana just posted, I use a lot of volume analysis, and I do use this down here. This Fisher transformer down here is basically an oversold, overbought indicator down there. This is going to be kind of quick, but I'm hoping a lot of you who have a lot of questions, you can come in right into my free Facebook group, and you'll get a lot of your questions answered. But I'm going to show you a little bit about what you can do in Nadex and how my charts will make your day and your trading day a lot easier. But the first thing here that you're going to see on my charts is these gray boxes. What these are value area boxes. For anybody that knows what value area is, if you don't, please watch my last webinar or go ahead and hop in my free group. I have free trainings on exactly how this works. Okay, so every day I plot value area, and this has to do with volume, right? Basically, it's just like Kelly Blue Booking. It's just like Kelly Blue Booking the S&P 500. Like if you're going to go sell your car, you Kelly Blue Book it, right, to kind of see where you can sell it at and where you can buy it at, where the best value is. That's essentially what these are. It's just a Kelly Blue Book of the S&P 500, okay? But what I'm going to do is just show you a couple trades that I made today, and show you the types of trades that we make, and show you the opportunity that you have here in Nadex. Okay, so I have some of my trades open here. Let me go ahead and bring this open. And I'm also going to show you the exact science of why these trades win, right? I don't just like, oh, sell this, buy this. Like, no, I give you the exact science of why these win, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, the main instruments that I focus on the S&P 500. I focus on the small cap 2000, the Russell. I focus on the gold future and crude oil future. Okay, I made trades on all four of them today. And let's go ahead and look at charts together. And we can kind of show you a little bit about how Nadex works. And I will actually send you this workspace. I already have a battle plan workspace ready to go for tomorrow. So I'll actually send that to you here at the end. You can go ahead and load it up into your TOS, and you can see how great this actually works. Okay, but I have some of my trades here that we can review together, and I'll show you the concept behind it and why we took them, and how to manage winning and losing trades in Nadex. Okay, so the first thing that I have here is I have some entries and some exit orders that you can see. Let me bring that over. Okay, perfect. So these are what binary options looks like. Let me go ahead and zoom in, and we can review these trades real quick. This is what a traditional binary option looks like. This option right here says gold greater than 12:17 by 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Now, what I do, let's go ahead. Let's draw that binary option on our chart on the gold future. So I see you're lagging a little bit. I'll let this load up. Okay, perfect. Okay, sorry. As I'm moving this, it lags a little bit, so that's why it kind of looks like that. But there, that blue line right there, that's 12:17 on the gold future. And then the vertical line right there, that is 1:30 o'clock Eastern. Okay, so that's the option. Let me show it to you guys again. It says gold greater than 12:17 by 1:30. And based off of my analysis and my charts, I ended up selling that binary option for $21. Okay, so basically, if you notice what time I sold it there at 11:27 a.m. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is I think where you're going to be below 1217 by 130. And if we are below 1217 by 130, I make money. That's it. I don't care where the heck gold goes. Just don't go above 1217 and I make $21. My max loss is 79. Okay, so 79 plus 21 is 100. Okay, so basically my max risk is 79. And so I have a 79% chance of winning this trade. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh, that's a crazy risk to reward. Well, here's the beauty, is that if price, we move this back out, if price would have gone back up to 1217, that binary option would be roughly worth 50 bucks. So as you can see, I sold it right there on that candle. Okay, I sold it right there. We were currently around 1213, so I had about a 4-point difference between me and before I lose my trade. All I need to do is stay below that blue line or that vertical line, and I make money. That's it. I don't care where the heck gold goes. It could go up a little bit. It could go down. It did hit Tanksville, but obviously it stayed well below 1217. Okay, and I knew based off of my analysis that was a pretty easy sell. All I need to do is stay below the blue line to make money. So I made a profit of, so I ended up selling this for 21. Now again, if price actually would have gotten up there right up to 1217, if price actually would have gotten up to 1217, I would have looked to exit that trade. So I had to put up 79, but my risk is actually really only about 35 bucks. That's it. That's about what I'm risking. So I'm risking about $35 to make 21, and I have a roughly 80% chance of winning. Do the math. You're gonna win and you're gonna stay profitable. All you have to do is pick areas on the chart where you think prices aren't gonna go, and you make money in Nadex. Pretty darn simple. Okay, so I'll show you a couple more, and please feel free to post any questions in here, and I can stop and I'll answer. Okay. Now I'm going to move over crude oil. Okay, I've been selling crude oil for 2 months now, just making a killing selling crude oil. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that chart open. I took several trades on crude oil today. Let's look at them. The margin required, Zach, 79 bucks. I had to put up 79, and my max gain was 21. But I would have exited that trade, Zach, at about a $35 loss. So Jason, if the price of that binary would have gotten worth around 55 bucks, I would have exited that trade. Exit. So then I would have only lost $34. So if price actually did somehow go up to 1217, I would have exited the trade and moved on and went to go find another one. Maybe I could have gotten even higher strike and sold that again. Okay, but I rarely ever take a full loser, almost never. And so that's the beauty about Nadex, is you can get out of these trades, and you can use stops kind of through third-party tools, through Apex Investing. But Zach, you do have to be there manually to exit these trades. And I have an example of some better risk-to-reward trades too that we'll look at here on crude. I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys some opportunities throughout the day that you have on my charts, and on, really, I'm just trying to sell you guys on Nadex. Come into my free group and I'll teach you exactly how to stay profitable. Okay, but let's first look at crude oil. Like I said, I've been selling crude 2 months now, and if we go The first trade I took, this says crude oil greater than 49.50 by 2:30 o'clock. Okay, I did take 3 of them, okay? Now that's by 2:30 Eastern. Yeah, yeah, okay? So I felt like I said sell. So let's go ahead and draw this binary. Crude oil greater than 49.50 by 2:30. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw that on our charts. Sorry, let me bring that over there. Here's the trade. Crude oil greater than 49.50 by 2:30 Eastern. So first, let's go and draw that on our chart. So you can see that trade. All I needed to do on crude today to make money, see, I sold it for 15, so I did have to put up 85 to make 15, but again, I would have exited that trade if price would have went against me. So I was risking roughly $35 to make 15, okay? But all I needed to do was stay below that blue line right there. I just needed to stay below that blue line by the 2:30 Eastern, and you make money. That's it. Forget points, forget pips, pick an area on the chart where you're pretty confident price is not going to go, and you make money. That's it. Basically, guys, I put these trades on and I just sit back. I drink my coffee. I don't worry about points, what have you. I just get on top of where prices don't like to go and I sell those areas. Okay? And I try and get a lot of things in my favor, and I'll teach you exactly how to know why 49.50 was a good sell. Okay? I'll teach you that stuff. Today I don't have enough time to do it. Okay? Now, here's another one that I took. This says crude oil. So by the way, I made $45 on that trade. 3 times 15, 45 bucks. No big deal. Easy stuff all day long. Okay? Next trade. This says crude oil greater than 49 by 2:30. Okay? So this one had a little better risk to reward ratio. So let me move our strike down to 249. So as you can see right there, I sold that binary option. See how I sold that one for $32.50. So I had to put up per contract about $67 to make 32, and all I had to do to make money was stay below 49 today. That's all I had to do by 2:30. And notice that I took 2 of them, so I made roughly. See how it takes 135 out of your account, and then it settles true. Sorry, it settled false. They gave me $200 back, so I made roughly $65 on that trade. Easy stuff, all day long. No way were we going to go above 49 today, and I teach you exactly how to know that. And you can pick these areas on the charts where prices aren't going to go. Wait for these lagging indicators to prove to you that you're not going to go there, and then you can sell them for really good, decent risk to reward ratios. Okay, now here's another one. This one says, here's a different view on it. Okay, this one says crude oil greater than 48 at 2:30. Okay, notice that this is what we call an out of the money play. Okay, so at the time I entered this trade, notice that I entered that trade at 11:13 Eastern, and I'm selling it for $73. So I'm only risking 27 to make 73. Okay, but look at why I picked. You can also do these types of risk to reward trades. So notice that 11:30 is roughly right there, and let me draw my strike, 48, right there. So what I needed to do is I figured that we would go and drop all the way down to value area low, which is the bottom of the gray box, and sure enough, we did. We came all the way back down to value area low, and then we bounced right off of it. So once I saw the support coming, so test, because I'm not trying to trade it in here, notice that my strikes are all the way up here, so I could care less. I waited till we started selling off before I sold 49 and 49.50. These are lagging indicators right here. I'm actually waiting for the sell to happen. I'm in the reaction business. I wait for the sells to happen, and then I sell where prices didn't want to go. That's why I say that, Tess. But check this out. So price did fall all the way down to my blue line. Okay. So what I did is I basically scalped this binary. Notice that I sold it for 73, took $27 out of my account, and as soon as it came down to where I figured it would go, I bought it back for $55. So they gave me $45 back. So I profited 18. So I only risked 27 to make 18. My max loss on that trade was 27 bucks. Okay, so you can have all types and sorts of risk reward ratios going on. You can risk 25 to make 75, or you can risk 85 to make 15. Right here, I'm risking 79 to make 21. Right here, Jennifer, yes and no. So they take 90 cents a trade and then 90 cents out, so per contract. So it can get hefty. The commissions can get hefty, but if you trade more than 10 contracts, they max you out at 10. So you can only pay $9 max. So if you're trading 20 contracts, you're only going to pay commissions on 10 of them, if that makes sense. Okay? But yeah, commissions are a little, they can, when you're trading small like this, $15, they can kind of eat into it. But I really love how, if you get in my group and you actually take the time to learn this, you're going to win 8, 9 out of 10 trades all day long. Right? I just answered your question. About 90%, Eric, if that's how you say your name, you'll win about 9 out of 10 trades if you do what I tell you to do. I got winners all day. I'm going to show you how my group works, but I got an amazing. Philip, I'm not trading. I'm trading against other people in the United States. Somebody else has the other side of my trade, and whoever wins, Nadex will pay you the full settlement price to whoever won that trade. So when I sell something, somebody else in the United States bought it from me, if that makes sense. So I'm trading against other people in the United States and Canada. That's who I'm trading against. Nadex only makes money by a small fee. Okay? And Steve, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Maybe I'll maybe have to. You want to get in my group or add me on Facebook? I can look that up, or you can explain that to me. But I'm going to show you a couple more trades, and I'll show you the science behind them and what the type of stuff. Again, these trades were all value area trades. So let me get that out of the way. Oh, Steve, yeah, I did pay that. I have an entity account. I'll actually log into my live one. I did have to pay the CCI. I think there was like $200, I think. So yes, Steve, I did have to pay that. I don't remember it being called CICI though. I think it's something else. Yeah, 200 bucks. Yeah. I think it's something else than CICI though. Yep, that's it. GMEI. That's it. Anyways, I did sell. See, notice that we're hitting resistance right at the top of VA. So let me get my mouse there. Right there. So I know that prices don't want to go above there. So I waited for price to get inside VA, and then I sold binaries on top of here in this area. It's super simple. Guys, you're going to be like, whoa, I can't believe I've missed out on this whole time. Because you guys, if you're trading points, when do you enter here? Like, oh no, okay, I'm stopped out. Okay, enter again. Oh, I'm stopped out. Guys, forget that stuff. Just pick areas on the chart where prices aren't going, sell those areas, and then manage your risk. It's super simple. I got guys making a ton of money in my group who actually take the time to learn, and then I got guys who aren't making money because they think that this is just some get-rich-quick scheme. No, you do got to put the time in, and I'll teach you exactly how to stay profitable. And the cool thing is Nadex gives you a free $25,000 demo account. You just go have at it. Just go hit the button and have some fun. And then you can go open up your live account with as little as $100. Okay? But I wanted to show you guys a couple more trades today. Sorry, I have 3 screens. I'm trying to get them all moved. Rick, it's Sean at binarytradegroup.com. Okay. A couple more trades. Most of these trades were called live in my private chat room, so you could have even easily duplicated a lot of these trades. Here's one right here. It says U.S. small cap 2000 greater than 1191.9 at 1 o'clock. And notice that I sold it for $24.50. So let's go ahead and go draw that binary. So I have small cap, so it's 1191 and it's 1 o'clock. So we're going to go here and we're going to draw 1191.9. And I'm going to go ahead and put expiration on there. So 1 o'clock right there. This was a trade called live by one of my members that I ended up taking. Okay, and so notice that, let's see what time we sold this, 12:13. So we sold it probably roughly right there. So as prices were going down, and I noticed how great of resistance we had at 1191.9, I sold 1191.9, and all I had to do was at binarytradegroup.com, Rick. All I had to do was stay below the blue line, buy that vertical line, and you make money. So I made $24.50 on that trade per contract. Okay, I'm in the reaction business. Notice that I saw it hit once, hit it again, and then prices started falling. And I entered on that candle right there. This is lagging, but who cares? We're trading options. And so I am in the reaction business. I wait for it to start falling. I sold the blue line for $24.50. And it stayed below it. And if you notice here, let me bring this back in the picture. Notice here that I put up 75, but again, I would have exited the trade. I would have exited the trade if price actually would have went up. So I was risking roughly 30 bucks to make 24, but I got a 75% chance of winning. Tell me where else you can get that. Maybe traditional options, but you can't do daily traditional options, right? Where else can you risk 30 bucks to make 24 and you got a 75% chance of winning? So notice that they paid out $100, so I made $24.50. It's all 0 to 100. And notice how my indicators were lagging, and I entered after I reacted to the sell, right? Because think about this. Let's go look at this real quick. If you're trading for points, when do you enter? I can't figure it out. Okay, I entered here, and so I'm in the reaction business. So I ended up selling it on that candle, and all I had to do was just kind of stay flat and make money. Price didn't go anywhere. If you're trading points, you actually would have lost money because price actually came up a tad bit. But me, I'm on top, sipping my coffee, picking areas on the charts where prices aren't going to go. John, no, I don't trade any 5 minutes currently. Don't have a very good system for 5 minutes yet. It's basically very fast. Spreads are horrible, so I don't have those yet. Okay? I want to show you a couple more. You're right, Tony, I would have. Right? I like selling around that $20 range. So yeah, I would have, and you could have too. Get my charts and you can kind of make your own little risk to reward. Okay? Here's another one. Small cap 2000, greater than 1196 by 4:15 Eastern. Okay? I ended up selling that for 19 bucks. Let's go look at that binary. Tell me, I'll show you the science behind it. So let me draw 1196 and then expiration. Okay, perfect. So notice that I sold the blue line. All I need to do is stay below the blue line by the vertical line. Okay, so check this out. I plot implied deviations on my charts every day. So what this means is there are areas on the chart that's a probability of where prices may go. Okay, so the +5 deviation, which was right there, +5 deviation on the start of the day is roughly 50% chance that prices will be below 1179. Okay, we broke that. +1, which was 1186, you can kind of see it right there. That's a 68% chance that you're going to be below 1186. It broke that. Okay, so now where's my next sell zone? It actually almost got all the way up to the +1.5 deviation, which is 1193.7. Guys, there is an 88% chance, I know that going into the day, 88% chance price does not go above 1193.7 today, by the end of today. So knowing that, I sold 1196 saying we're going to be below 1196 by 4:15. Let me draw 4:15, which is right there. Notice a +5, 1 deviation, held beautifully, right? Bounced off, bounced off. It literally stayed flat the whole rest of the day. Lee, I don't know Richard Peterson, but I've seen his stuff. But it literally stayed flat. So if you're trading points, you probably would have lost money here. But instead, I'm able to get on top and sell options. And so I made $19.50 selling that sucker. Because I knew I had an 88% chance that price was not going to go above +1.5. And all of these are plotted on your charts every night. I give you the link. So I have roughly over 100 people. We all trade together, kind of basically as a team. We all have the same charts, same plots, same methodology, and we're killing it. I got guys that are just doing the work, okay? And so it's fun. Yeah, they're implied standard deviations, Joel. I have awesome training material for free for you to go learn that. And they're all plotted on these charts for you every day, okay? So I have great trainings for that. Okay? I want to show you before my time, 18 minutes, I want to show you guys an awesome trade that we've been doing. Not all of them trade live, John. A lot of them I tell them get on demo before you, because you got to learn. I didn't lose any trades today, but you got to learn what to do when you start taking heat. You got to learn how to exit these trades and manage your winners and manage your losers, and that takes about a month or so. Okay, if you're getting after it. I want to show you guys a trade that we made, that we've been making, that you can't do anywhere else. Name a place where you can do this. But this alone is worth the price of admission, in my opinion. Okay. So this right here, this is what we call a lunchtime iron butterfly. This was called live in my chat. Okay, you're gonna love the risk to reward on these. Okay. So this says US 500 greater than 2048, and at the same time, US 500 greater than 2054, and that's a sell. So let me go ahead and draw these on our charts. These are trades that you put on simultaneously. And we can talk about the risk reward on this. You'll love it. Okay. So it's 2048 and 2054 by 1 o'clock Eastern. So check this out. This trade was put on. So we bought the lower strike for $78. Okay, and we sold the upper strike for 26. So we are guaranteed to at least win one of these. Okay, so get your calculators out and write this down because we love these types of trades. Okay, we're guaranteed to at least win one of these options. If we win both of them, we'll make 48 bucks. Okay, 78, 26, 48. Now, if one of these trades would have taken heat, we would have exited the trade for roughly a $30 loss. So do the math, right? We're basically, if this would have taken heat, we would have exited around 50 bucks, which would have been a $28 loss. But we're guaranteed to win this binary, which is a $26 gain. So we're really only risking $2. We're literally risking about 5 bucks to make 44. And all you have to do to make money is all you got to do, we do these a lot, well, we're starting to, all you got to do is stay in the middle of these blue lines in the next hour by the vertical line, and you make money. So what we do is we usually take these, notice I'm big on volume, we usually take these once volume starts declining, okay, because the big guys in the East Coast go to lunch. And so there's not a lot of surprises, and price just kind of chills there. So that's our opportunity to pick up, if anybody does iron condors traditionally, it's kind of the same concept. Sell up there and buy below. And if you stay in the middle, you profit on both. If one of them takes heat, this one tried taking heat, but it stayed below by the vertical line, we go ahead and exit that trade for roughly a $30 loss. But we're going to win this one, and we profit about $25 on this one right there. So you see how if you do a lot of these, you can even do these in Forex when the volatility is low, like right now. Okay, you can just go in these and put these little 1 hour iron butterflies, and you're roughly risking $5 to $10 depending on when you exit to make about 45 bucks. It's sweet. You're almost guaranteed to stay profitable. But it is, you do got to have an opportune time to do these, and we usually do them once volume has really died out. Okay, risking 5 to make 44 all day long. Forget pips, forget points. You don't have to do it anymore. Forget it. You don't have to do it. You don't have to stress. Just pick areas. Really good resistance there. Really good support there. All we got to do is stay in the middle of them and we make money. And so how do you protect yourself if you don't use stops? So I have the ticket open, Tony, and I'm ready. If I started seeing this get up to 2054, but it stayed below, but I had the ticket open ready to exit that trade if it did go past my strike. It expired and then it went past, so it was, good deal. but I have the ticket ready to exit. I literally have my finger on the mouse ready to go to exit if I need to, Tony. So we go back, sold the blue line. Let's see, sold it for 26 bucks. Let me move it over. So I sold it for 26, so I was risking $74 on the top strike, okay? But I would have exited around 55. So that would have been a 20, like 55 would have been roughly a $30 hit. But I'm pretty much guaranteed to win that one. So that's a $22 gain. So see how I'm only really going to lose $8, but I had an opportunity to make 48, and I did make 48. 78, 74, but then they give me back 100, 100. So I made 46 bucks on one contract in 1 hour. And it's really good to do those during lunchtime when all the East Coast people go to lunch and volume kind of slows down. Can't do them all day because, you know, you can see some unexpected stuff. Yeah, Brian's kind of helping me out. Brian's in my group, and he's kind of helping me out there. But one more trade. This says US 500 greater than 2062 at 4:15 Eastern. Let's go draw that binary. I sold it for $16.50, one contract. Let's go draw it. So as you can see, there's 2062. That's the binary I sold. All I needed to do was stay below 2062 by the vertical line, and we make money. Okay. The reason I took that trade is look at that. Look at that plus 1.5. 88% chance that we stay below 2055.8 by the close of the day. Look how well the plus 1.5 deviation line held. And I was able to get on top of it and sell it, and I had no heat. You just sit back and relax. If price would have gotten up there, I would have exited around 50, 55 bucks. Okay, so what indicators do I use? Test. I'm actually going to share my workspace right before we get off, and you can have all of my indicators, all of these lines. I already got everything ready to go for tomorrow. So if you're a toss trader, you can have exactly what I use every day. And every night, I give everybody my workspace that has the updated plots. Okay, and I teach you exactly how. I teach you to have. You got to have sell zones and you got to have buy zones every day. Okay, can't go in this blind. Treat this sucker like a business. Do your homework. Have sell zones and buy zones, and my plots basically hand it to you pretty much. And I do all the work for you, and I give it to you every night. Okay, so what I'm going to do is set up right here. Notice that I already have Friday trade plan ready to go. So I'm going to load that up, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And while we're waiting on that, you can go ahead and request to be added to my private Facebook group. I have all free material for you. You can go in there and learn. I have, let me show you a little bit how it works. But seriously, you're gonna, at the end here, you're gonna want to go watch my last webinar. And you're also going to want to maybe get in my training center and watch some of my trainings as well. Sorry, it's lagging just a little bit. So here's my group. I do have 2 private Facebook chats. I have a trade chat right here. There's roughly over 107 people in there. And all this is just us just calling trades all day long. I got some amazing traders in here. They're real time. Dominic Marasigan from the Philippines is probably by far the best trader I have ever seen. This dude, per contract, every day he's making roughly $100 to $200 a day, and he calls all of his trades live. Okay, this was Dominic's day today. He had it posted already, so you can get in my group, and paying members get access to the chat. Dominic today on 1 contract, 240 bucks, 13 wins, 1 loss. Okay, he's just using exactly what I taught him to do all day long. I don't take all of his trade calls. Some of them don't fit my criteria. I take a lot of his though. He has an amazing system, DAX, which is the Germany 30. Trades that every morning. He's on a 2-week winning streak. He calls it live every day for you. If you would have taken his DAX trades 1 contract, you'd be up about, I think I did the math, like 300 bucks. 1 contract, just trading the DAX system with the BTG entry. He calls it live in my chat. It's ready for you. This is easy stuff. We're all here to help. And then I have a general chat. There's about over 100 people in here, and this is just kind of where we just talk as a community, and we help each other. We ask questions, stuff like that. Then I have the trade chat for specific entries. Hey, Paul, it's on YouTube. Just search Sean Jantz and you'll find it. Okay. And then I also have a BTG Training Center group. Let this scroll up, lagging a little bit. So I have a BTG Training Center. I have all free stuff. You can get in here for free. Really good. I'm not here to sell you guys nothing. I'm really honestly looking for some people to add to my trade team. I got roughly 3 people now. I have over 100 subscribers, so we're growing. People are making money. Are people losing money? Yeah, because they don't stick to the rules that I've taught them. Okay, if you actually stick to what I say to do, you got to make money here. Okay, I'm going to share my workspace with you real quick. So I do this every night for my guys. Everything's already plotted, ready to go for tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to get this link and I'll put it right here. Let's go ahead and you can take that link. You notice here I have everything already plotted except the deviation levels. You will need to update those from Apex Investing, but everything's plotted. All of the gray value area boxes, POC levels are plotted, ready to go for tomorrow. Already we got great sell zones up above on the ES. Your day's going to be a lot easier. So I give this to you every night, and I got over 100 people, and we all trade together and we get ideas. You can expect roughly anywhere from 10 to 30 trade ideas per day. I definitely don't take all of them. And AK Steve, Training Center, I teach you exactly how to apply my charts to a T, and you can learn it for free. Okay. One last thing before we go. I wanted to guys give you a couple other things to take your if you're trading Nadex now, a couple other things to take your trading to the next level. Tony, not necessarily. I like to trade on slower news days because I'm an in-the-money trader, right? I don't like unexpected moves, so I like when it's low volume, stuff like that. Today was a little bit of a rougher day, but we still, I think everybody that was legit made money today. Quick tip, that's really worked out well for me. Somebody mentioned it, but I do trade inside of an entity account. So if you look, um, I'm an entity trader, so I actually trade inside of my LLC. So it's the beginning of the year, guys. It's time to take this trading thing to the next level. Open up a business account, get your account and your business name. You can write off your computers, you can write off your internet. I bought a brand new monitors, I wrote them all off, right? I trade roughly anywhere from, I keep about $10,000 to $20,000 in my account at all times that I trade with. And I treat this like a legit business, right? You're losing, oh, sorry, I didn't have that on the right screen. Give me one sec. There we go. You can see I'm an entity trader, see that? And I actually trade inside of a Paradigm LLC account. So again, I get to write off all of my gains. I treat this like a legit business. And I promise the people who do treat this like a real business are the ones making money. If you're going to come in here and act like this is a get-rich-quick scheme, I'm not the guy for you. But if you actually want to legitly learn how to make some money, give us a shot. I'll teach you everything you need to know. Every day I hold daily trainings. Again, I keep anywhere from like 10 to 20,000 in my account. Um, I don't make millions doing this. Okay, I'm not Timothy Sykes. Okay, if you want to make millions, then maybe you can go trade some penny stocks with him. But I will teach you literally how to be a legit trader. I will. Okay, and Nedex is fun. It's easy. Forget the pip game. Forget the point game. You can come in for free and learn. Like I said, I'm not here to sell you guys nothing. Try me out for 2 weeks. Look at my videos. And then if you want to hop on board, it's $89 a month. And you'll be added into that private chat room. And you can just hang out with some awesome Nadex traders. And you're going to learn a lot, I promise. And I heard the buzzer go off, so Yana, I'm good.
Well, I tell you what there, Sean, thank you so much for your time. I mean, and for that illuminating presentation on how you trade Nadex binary options. I very much appreciate your passion for trading this instrument, and I like the way you so freely share your knowledge and your information. I think for anyone out there in the room that is looking for a great support group to help you get started and build some confidence in trading Nadex binary options, that the binary trading group is probably your best place to get started, and I encourage everyone to check it out. I also want to remind everyone that today's presentations, including the presentation we just heard from Sean, have been recorded, and we will send you each an email with a link to these recordings no later than tomorrow afternoon. So folks, this brings today's Trade-a-thon to a close. I want to thank all the presenters for their time that they took to not only prepare but to present the material and to so generously share